Yo, 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 good morning. What up? Grateful for another maggot-free day above the dirt, Jersey Shore. Check it out. Okay, so this video picks up where the last one left off, which was talking about taking refuge. Now, the last video was more explaining the concept of taking refuge and more than the process. So I'm going to talk more about the process, and I'm going to start with this video with the topic is improper thinking. Everything starts from our thoughts, and that's why we start with improper thinking. So improper thinking is not unethical thinking, and it's not immoral thinking. It is thinking that rises or is found its foundation or it's rooted in things or that aren't true. So improper thinking is our thinking that is based in delusion, ignorance, and what is not true. So really what we're talking about is the conditioned mind and the harmfully conditioned mind. Because that's another thing, is there is the other side of that coin is positively conditioning our mind, which is what practice is all about. But improper thinking is our unhealthy, harmful, conditioned way of thinking, and this gives rise to our unhealthy, harmful, habitual reactions. So practice is about changing our relationship to this conditioned mind when it does trigger us, and it's also creating new helpful conditioning that helps us avoid the situations that trigger us and to not be triggered when that's present. Now, to avoid doesn't mean not deal with it, just means because we're thinking in a new, healthy, wholesome way, we're going to act in a new, healthy, wholesome way. And when life throws us in a situation with one of those old triggers, we're able to combat that by redirecting the mind through a different relationship with it and a new skillful ability to do so. Okay? So, improper thinking usually starts with truth. It might be an unhealthy truth. So we can look at substances as a great example. If someone started taking substances at a certain point in their life to deal with pain, grief, low self-esteem, self-loathing, a painful situation, whatever it might be, heartbreak, right, loneliness. So if someone started drinking or doing some kind of drugs to deal with this, usually in the beginning it works. And that's the problem. It works, and it becomes conditioned thinking that it does work. And the unfortunate aspect is the person usually has to do more and more frequently to get the same effect that they did in the beginning. But regardless, that the thought becomes so ingrained, and we've seen this, and we've seen it in our own lives, even if you don't have a substance problem or had a substance problem, we continue to do unhealthy, unwholesome behavior in spite of knowing better. We've experienced the bad consequences. We're not having the good results anymore, yet we still attempt to attain them. And this is the improper thinking that's rooted in delusion and aversion that tells us to go do this drug, go do this, go drink, go watch porn, go overeat, go spend money, go gamble, go whatever the vice is. It's just a symptom. But the improper thinking gets so ingrained that even when we know better, even when the consequences have been horrific, when that thought goes, you know what, a drink, a drug, or whatever else will make this better, we believe it. And so that's improper thinking. Thinking that is rooted in unhealthy and harmful delusion, ignorance, and it just simply isn't true. Guess what? Spirituality can be used in the same way. Spiritual bypassing, avoiding what we need to engage and face, can be a false refuge. So I'm going to leave it there because I want to stop this video at improper thinking, because what improper thinking leads to is creating our conviction in a false refuge and then taking refuge in that false refuge. So I'm going to get more into that in the next one. So have a grateful, maggot-free day above the dirt. Peace out.